And greetings from Lights and Gear. It's time for another flashlight, and we have another Utorch light to talk about. This is the Utorch UT02. And if you do recall, a little while back we had the UT01, which is right here, and we did that review not too long ago. And this has also been a popular light from Utorch, which is a product of the Gear Best and the many fine products that they have. The UT01 was a very nice little flashlight. You can check out that video. But the UT02 is its very much larger brother, cousin, sibling, however you want to put that. But here it is, a very large box, and comes in the sleeve type box that the other lights have come in as well. And these are also formulated after the Manker lights, so if you're saying that perhaps it might look a little familiar to you, it is similar to the Manker U21 in this particular case. So at a slightly lower price than what you would pay for a Manker light, you can get the Utorch with the same functionality. So here we have the large box, and within the large box is a nice piece of foam here, and you have the instruction manual right here, which is pretty helpful and looks much the same with all their lights. This has, as you can see, a CREE XHP35 HI LED. So this has very good throw, up to 700 meters, as it claims right here, and 1300 lumens. However, I have seen some independent testing which has actually shown the turbo mode to be higher than 1300 lumens, and candle power is 124,000, and has two different battery types you can use, two different lithium battery types, from the 18650, which we're all familiar with, to a larger 26650, and you can use either one of those batteries in the light. The 26650 is recommended for longer run time. You won't get it any brighter with the 26650. Or 26650, as you might like to refer to it as. It won't be any brighter, but you will get longer run time with that battery. So anyway, let's take a look at the light here in its little foam bed. Actually, it's a big foam bed. So come out wherever you are. It is placed in there rather well. So here's the flashlight, and it's a little over 5 inches long, still pretty compact for a large size light. Of course, you can see it doesn't have a pocket clip or anything. Obviously it's too big for that, and it doesn't come with a belt holster, but it does come with a couple of other accessories, which are right here, all bagged up, and that includes an adjustable lanyard, so of course you can put that anywhere, and it is rechargeable, USB rechargeable. So here is your micro USB cable, and you also have a spare O-ring in here as well. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a look at the flashlight itself. And with one button switch, with a one button switch operation, you do get all the functionality here, which one button switch flashlights have. What you will find in this is low mode, medium 1, medium 2, high, and turbo. And of course, within the instruction manual, all those modes are spelled out quite nicely right here. So you get 15, 100, 300, 650, and 1300. And then you get strobe and SOS as your flashing modes, and it also has a breathe mode, which I can show you here in a moment. And there's your other bits of information, including 1.5 meters for impact resistance, and IPX7 for waterproof submersible use. IPX7 usually means up to about 3 meters in depth. Is it 3 meters? I believe so. I can double check that, but that's IPX7. Anyway, so here you have the one button switch. Oh, let me just show you the tail cap here, where of course you have UT02 written on the bottom. And undo the tail cap, and you have a big spring in here. And inside you have the spring. I'm not sure if you can see that. You have the spring up inside the tube there. And the battery that I do recommend is a 26650 26650, one of these. And I do happen to like these Claris 26650s, but pretty much any of them, I believe, will work in this light. I haven't tried a flat top, but I believe that does work. They do, however, somewhere here in the instruction manual, they do recommend an IMR battery, I believe. I believe they recommend unprotected IMR for the best possible output. I have not actually tried that in this yet. But anyway, I assume it would work very well. So anyway, you have the, oh, I forgot about the tube. That's right, you also have a plastic tube in here. I had forgotten about that because it will also accept the 18650. So with that, you have to place it in a tube before you can place it in the tube. So here's the plastic tube, which you can put an 18650 into, and then insert that into the back of the flashlight, of course. So that's your conversion factor right there if you don't want to use 26650s. So anyway, there you go with the recommended battery. Okay, and here's your USB charging port as well, of course, right on the side there. Just flip this up, and you have your little, you have your port back in there. And the switching is pretty standard, and if you just press it once, you get instant low mode. So that's always available at the touch of the button, instant low. It just looks like a little tiny sun over there. So let's turn off the light here. Okay, and as I say, you have instant low mode here. Now you do have a very pinpointed beam with this LED, and as you can see from side to side there is a fair amount of spill on it, so it's not completely, it's not a complete bullet beam, if you want to refer to it that way, but it does have a very interesting and a very intense throw, as you can imagine. So this is low, and then you have medium 1, and then you have medium 2, and then you have high, and then you have turbo. So here's your turbo mode, and that looks like a very big sun, actually. Big sun in a small room. I will do another video, so by the time perhaps some of you watch this one, I will do another one to show the throw. But in the meantime, you can check out the review on my website, where you will see some pictures regarding its throwing capability. So you can check that out at the link there, which will take you to lightsandgear.com. And again, this is the turbo mode. And after you leave this on for a few minutes, it does do a little bit of an adjustment, but not that much, down about 200-300 lumens, just to keep so it doesn't get, just so it doesn't get too hot or anything. But and I don't think this light really does because of its size, but it does have a little bit of a ramp down after about 3 minutes. Of course, you can turn it off and turn it on again to reset back if you continue to want to need turbo. Now, it does have the flashing modes, and the way to get to those is to double click from wherever you happen to be, whether it's off or in another mode, and just double click, and there is strobe. Press once, and now you get to the breathing mode, and let me show you that right here. Within the button, within the switch, is your LED and this does sort of a light sort of off and on breathe, and can't really see it too well perhaps in the camera, but it's actually a pink, it's a very hot, or almost like a purplish pink, and the camera isn't actually, if I can pull it back a bit, I'm not sure, the camera isn't really depicting the color too well. There I can see a little bit of the pink there, but also it's sort of fading effect. So anyway, that's the breathe mode, which is in between strobe and SOS. So if I press the button again from breathe, I then go into the SOS mode. So that's what we're in right now, and then if I press it again, it just goes back to strobe. I have to press and hold in order to turn it off, which also brings me to the mode memory. So if I have it on and then click it back up again to one of the other modes, and then press and hold to turn it off, mode memory will of course remember that mode, so when I press and hold to turn it back on again, it will come back on in the mode it was last in. And at any time at all, if I want the lowest mode, I just give it one quick press, and I'm always in low right away. But to press and hold is to get back into mode memory. So those are the modes of the U2, of the UT02, pardon me. Those are the basic modes, and as I say, the throw on this is pretty incredible. About 700 meters, you know, which is almost 800 yards. So it does pretty darn well, over 1,000 feet, of course. And as I say, it does what the Manker U21 does, but at a lower price. GearBest did, of course, supply the flashlight to me. You can check their website at my link below and pick one up there. You can also use a coupon and get an even lower price on this flashlight, which will be quite an incredible deal. So that's the Utorch UT02, and I invite you to check it out at lightsandgear.com and watch for more flashlight videos, of course, and perhaps another video on this particular one as well. But for the meantime, I do thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave a question or comment below if you like, and we'll see you around next time in the bright light of the Utorch UT02 or something quite similar. Thanks for watching.